Today, September 28th, 2020, we bring you an update to the ever-expanding conflict in the Caucasus. The Armenians begin plans for retaliation, and the world watches as foreign governments begin to weigh in on the conflict and take sides. More on this episode of Asian Affairs. First, we must discuss the foreign relations that have developed around the fight. Turkey has made more formal announcements declaring that they will continue standing with their brothers in Azerbaijan and have called for the Armenians to leave and withdraw all its forces from the Nagorno-Karabakh region. Turkey has also accused the Armenians of hiring mercenary groups to fight with their military and have called for the Armenians to send them home. Along with this, speaking of mercenaries at least, a more pressing report has come out of Syria saying that Turkey is paying any mercenary that ships off to fight for the Azeris $1,500 a month. This report coming from Syrian opposition forces in the Syrian region. As for Armenia, Armenia has reached out to Germany in an attempt to get the Germans to pressure Turkish Prime Minister Erdogan to avoid a direct intervention into the Armenian heartland. Meanwhile, Russia comments on Erdogan's previous comments inciting the Armenian people to revolt against the Republic to save themselves from the destruction being brought to them by the government. Russia has called these comments pouring gasoline to a fire already burning. The rest of the world has continued to call for ceasefires, however, has done little to end the fighting, and the sides have continued to fight along the Nagorno-Karabakh border. With the fighting only growing more intense and heavy, as for the general foreign populace, the news hasn't affected them, it hasn't reached them, and they don't care. However, individual members of both the Azeri and Armenian diaspora in the West have begun heading to their respective nations to fight for their homeland. Both Yerevan and the Republic of Artsakh have made statements that they are beginning to prepare to take the fight back to Azerbaijan and begin advancing east. They have also stated that if the Turks officially begin using F-16s over Artsakh, they will begin using Russian Iskander AA missiles. And the Armenians have also cited the Russian military base in Gyumri as a major deterrent in the region from Turkish intervention. The Armenian president, however, has also made a strong show of resilience in the face of the conflict, saying that Turkey will not genocide us again, and that Turkey is being an aggressor in this horrible situation. As for the Azerbaijani government has repealed their censorship on the internet, allowing for free social media access. However, certain journalists have been arrested for being anti-war. They have also declared that, quote, "We are fighting a national and great war with Armenia," citing that the conflict most likely will continue to grow. However, more statements have not been made by the Azerbaijani government. As for the military movements in the region, the Armenian government has announced that all lost territories have been reclaimed, but Martykr has been under heavy fighting still, with the Armenians still holding out valiantly. Meanwhile, the Armenians have begun retaliating already by heavily shelling the town Tartar, and even though the Azeris were pushed back, they have begun advancing in the southern regions of the Republic of Artsakh. And now that brings us to the end of the 28th day of September. The Azeris have lost around 400 soldiers in the conflict. The Republic of Artsakh has claimed 84 of their servicemen dead, and around 550 Armenian soldiers have been reported dead by the Azeris, with 11 civilians dead and 57 wounded. And that's been tonight's episode of Asian Affairs. Yes, it's a bit more short. The news coming out of the region is still slow to process, and there isn't much. However, when we do get it, we're bringing it to you. The situation, however, has escalated, and it doesn't look like it will cool down anytime soon. But all we can do is watch. And that's been all for today. This has been Asian Affairs. So let's see what you saw tonight. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, because we do stuff like this on the daily, covering the news of Asia. It's the goal of the channel. And every subscribe and every like helps. So yeah, have a nice night, people.